Hey guys, welcome back and thank you so much for watching yet another Sims 4 speed build. I hope you guys are all having an amazing day and had a great Thanksgiving with all things considered. But today I am very excited to share this coastal home with you guys. So I had a lot of fun building this one because it's a little different than what I usually gravitate towards. I usually want to build like contemporary modern homes, but this one is coastal and it's oceanfront in Brindleton Bay. It's on that huge 64 by 64 lot, which was perfect for this coastal home because you have those expansive ocean views and you get like your own access to your private beach. And yeah, it's just a really fun lot. I had a lot of fun just making the landscaping more lush and less like flat and empty as it looks right now. But yeah, it was just, this lot is just perfect, I think, for a coastal home, and it's very large. I think I end up putting 4 bedrooms and 4 baths. And you see the inspiration photo that I'm using right here. So I found this house on realtors.com, so there were lots of images for me to like refer to, which was really nice. There's no layout, so I kind of just like went by what I thought based on like the window placements from the inside and outside and all of that. But I really like how it turned out. I had a whole lot of fun using the terrain tools. I don't really usually do a whole lot with them, so I was a little nervous, but it was a lot of fun. So I basically just got the whole like shell of the house and the roof and everything and the scaling right, which I end up having to fix, like make one side smaller because it ended up being just a huge living room on the inside, but you'll see that later. But basically I was almost spot on, and I just wanted to get that right first because once you do all the landscaping and stuff, I didn't want to have to redo that. So I did pretty good on the first try, and I'm just trying to make it look as much like coastal vibes and like the photo as I could because I just loved that house. I feel like it's like maybe a little bit of an older house, and maybe the Sims like grew up in this home and inherited it once the parents didn't want to live in it anymore or whatever happens there. But anyways, it's very large. I think the original house has, like the actual house has 5 bedrooms and 4 baths, and it's kind of set up, and I made it 4 bedrooms 4 baths because 5 was just a little bit much. But you'll see that when we get to the inside. But I really like the setup of this house because it's very large, and you, as I keep saying, and there's like a second entrance. Like if you wanted to rent out half of the house, like pretty much the whole house part, the left part right there above the garage can be its own home. Like the upstairs of that place, you walk in and it has its own entrance. That's going to be like a shared laundry room if you want to use both parts or whatever. And then you go upstairs and there's a separate living space, like living room, desk area, and a kitchen, and a master bath and bedroom. So everything a Sim would need is on that side. So if you really wanted to like lock the doors that share the space, then you can. Otherwise there's doors that can lead from that side of the house to the other side of the house. But it is a very big house, so when I play tested it, it was very large for like one Sim, just to test everything out. So I did end up like locking those doors just to like test everything on the other side of the house, just to make it easier. But I think it's great if you have a large family, or even want to have 2 large families, or 2 families, like maybe even like a few Sims and kids, and then the grandma or the mother-in-law can be in the other side of the house or something like that. Or you can rent out that side of the home, or you can make this like a nice beach Airbnb rental. It would be a little bit pricey, but I mean, it might be a little realistic because I checked and it would be $3,000 or something like that a night. But really, this has 4 bedrooms, 4 baths, a fitness room, a laundry room, a large garage, and so that would fit like what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like up to 8 Sims here. So if you split that between all of you guys and go on vacation, then I think it's pretty realistic of a like rental price. But compared to the other rental homes that we got in The Sims, like in the new Snowy Escape pack, it is very expensive, but you know, it's ocean views and you get your own private beach. It's a nice getaway experience. You get a hot tub here, amazing views, and that photo in the upper left hand corner right now is the actual views from this house. They're just amazing. Like, I would just love to just walk out onto my patio and, you know, lounge on those pool chair things and soak in the sun and just enjoy the views. Like, that would be amazing. So I had a whole lot of fun just trying to recreate the spaces that I saw in the photos as much as I could. I wanted to stick to that like coastal, refreshing vibes throughout the outside and the inside of the house. So I just picked my main blue color. So I'm mainly using like blues and whites and maybe like a little bit of like a light gray on the interior once we get there, but you'll see me figure that out in a little bit. But lots of like large windows so they could soak in the views, and some seating areas and coffee tables and stuff like that outside. I didn't give them a pool even though there's like lots of space around the house for a pool, just because I wanted it to be like I said, more lush. And they have the ocean, so you know, I feel like they would use that, or just, you know, tan and soak in the sun, or just use the hot tub. But you could definitely probably add a pool if you wanted. But I'm onto the interior, and I picked the floors and the walls basically already. I think I might change the kitchen tile floors a few times. You'll probably notice that, but I end up liking what I choose in the end. And by the way, I started building this like before the most recent platform update. So I chose this house because I saw in the like inspiration photos like some platforms leading into the house, and on the decks outside, and like that landing area in the front entrance, there were platforms there, which I was able to do, and even like a platform up into the kitchen. So I was very excited to try out or add the platforms as soon as that update came, and I did. And that was a lot of fun. It was a little bit more difficult to figure out in the like a little confusing at first because I hadn't like watched anybody else's videos yet and experience on it. I just wanted to try it right away. So as with everybody else, like I figured out that the walls always disappear, like because I already had my foundation on and everything and raised, and then I added the platforms. So now I kind of have the hang of it and know how to section off a space and then raise and lower it easily. But especially in this kitchen area, it was a little bit tricky figuring it out because I really wanted like to keep the diagonal shape right there in that entryway, and I was trying to make like steps leading into it, but it was just too awkward, maybe because it's a diagonal and you can only like section off where you can put a wall. So that was probably that, and I didn't really want to add stairs or make it too tall or anything like that, so I like how it turned out anyways, and I love how the landing area turned out. I feel like it was pretty spot on to the photo. And just trying to figure out the whole layout in the living room here, and it was just so huge. It was throwing me off, and I didn't want to like put a whole lot. I wanted it to still feel like a clean setup, very minimal, or not too minimal, but you know, didn't want to fill it up with a whole lot of stuff, but it just felt so empty. So I figured out that it was a lot easier if I just sucked it up and moved in that side of the house and just fixed the landscaping really quick outside. And I really like how much more space and green I had around that pathway anyways after I did that. And I add some more trees and stuff in the end, and of course lined that whole path with rocks. So it gave me a little bit more room there, so I end up liking that. And I really wished that we had more like plush and comfy couches for this area. Like I wanted, I felt like they would just have like all white, super comfy couches here, but we didn't really have any that I liked, and I really wanted them to have pillows too, so this was the closest. And I just added, you probably saw, like blank canvases to the sides to make it just a little bit of a nicer couch, because I don't like those ends to that couch or the backing. So that fixed that, and I end up liking it a whole lot more. But so I basically figured out the living room. And at the end I go back and like move the TV area to this big room, because I felt like that made more sense than where I originally put it. So I just, you know, put the TV above the fireplace, and then I swapped out a lot of the original paintings for no CC gallery art, because I felt like that was a whole lot nicer. And yeah, you probably saw while I was talking, I just furnished like the 2 dining room areas, and well, also the kitchen. I did the kitchen first. So the kitchen is in a nice central area, and it has like a half wall looking into the first dining area. So I think that's kind of nice, because then, you know, you could still like cook while people are maybe eating their appetizers or something like that. And then if you want to go into the other dining space, that's supposed to be more of the formal dining area. And from that area, you could easily walk outside. So you could even like cook outside and then eat inside, or whatever you want to do. And this room here, this is the only bedroom downstairs, and I originally had made it for another like regular adult room, but since there were 3 adult rooms upstairs, I thought that we should probably put a kids or a toddler's room downstairs in case anybody does have kids, or like if you do want to use this as a Airbnb or something like that. And that way there's something for kids, but you know, you can always change it. I just didn't want to put so many regular rooms, like there's only so much you can do. So I thought I'd have fun and do a Little Mermaid themed kids room. So that's what all of those paintings and stuff are about on the walls, because, you know, it's coastal and I felt like it fit, and that was like basically the only time I would be able to do that, so I did it. And now I am on to like, this is where I originally imagined like the office and TV area, but I don't know why I wanted the TV in this space. So like I said, I ended up moving it out in the larger living room area, so it's more accessible. And then this area is mainly like the study or the office, and yeah, just all the regular couch, desk, and books and stuff to relax and, you know, unwind here and get some work done close by to your kid. And that is the majority of the downstairs. There's also gonna be that's the garage space right there that I just figured out the flooring for, but there's also going to be a laundry room right here and a fitness room. So this laundry room, I think I talked about it earlier on in the video, maybe not, I don't know, I can't remember, but that door right there leads to the outside. So this is that second entryway in case you wanted to like lock off this side of the house. That's the main door from this side. So the Sims could actually enter in through there, and then you saw the stairs that they could go upstairs to their house, or you could just, you know, do your laundry in there and access the rest of the house too, leave it open. But here is the fitness room. I felt like they would have a fitness room living on the beach. You know, you got to keep up your beach body all year round, so that is there. And there's a yoga mat too for, you know, some yoga action, and I felt like they would have the island living, like boats and jet skis and all of the water activities. So I thought of like storing the jet skis up on that shelf and added those wall supports from Get Famous to make it feel like it's actually like more realistic and able to support giant jet skis. I'm not exactly sure how they would get the jet skis up there, but I did see some photos of jet skis like stored up on a shelf like that, kind of. So that's why I thought it would be okay, because it's a thing, and I'm not sure how I would get them up there or back down, but I'm sure there's a feasible way to do it somehow. So I wasn't really happy with the coffee table that I put down in that living room. I just keep going back to that living room, but I think that's the last change I make to it. So there's that coffee table that's not technically a coffee table. It's like in miscellaneous tables for some reason, but I actually really liked it for in there because it's very like just white and plain, simple, and that's what I was looking for. So that's why I went back there and put that down. But I did the garage super quick. I added some little touches because I felt like the people that would live here, like maybe the husband really likes to fish and they all like to go to the beach. So that's like their beach stuff area. There were like 2 cabinets and then a table in the middle, just with some beach items. Like I ended up putting like a fishing pole there and some towels and sunscreen and a camera to capture the moments. Little things like that. And we are on to the upstairs already. I already furnished one of the bedrooms, and I figured that one can be like a guest bedroom, at least for the Sims that I put in here. And if they need extra income at any time, they can always rent it out or whatever. But yeah, I just kept it pretty basic because it's a guest room in my head. And so it would basically just had like a bed and a TV and a dresser, and then this is like the large guest bathroom for upstairs, and it's actually really nice. I felt like this house would have to have at least 2 really nice restrooms. The third one is pretty nice too, but like the 2 master bathrooms are really nice. Like I wish those were my bathrooms in real life. And I really wanted to like try to use the platform here. You'll see me like struggle a lot here because I wanted to make platforms up, like stairs leading up to the bathtub, and make it like the bathtub was sunken into it. But I just could not make it look right. I couldn't figure it out, and I didn't know if it would even be functional. So I scratched that idea and just put this corner spa tub, called it a day, and I think it's pretty good. But yeah, I ended up putting a closet in this bathroom too because there's just a lot of space here, so I felt like they could have a closet in here. I don't know if that's weird, but yeah, there it is. And I kept going back and forth between like putting the toilet in its own room or putting like a walk-in shower in that little room, but I ended up putting the toilet in there. Yep, right there. And just because I feel like that would be like the most thing that you would want to have private. I don't know, in my head. Showers are fine right there because they always have like glass anyways for those, so I just like lined it with a fishing pole and sized down at the bottom, and then that pole on the left is like a fire stake, I think. I'm not sure, but I just wanted to put a little bit of a border around it and made the flooring tile. But here you can see I am just grabbing some nice like beachy coastal art. They're all no CC, but it's all from downloaded from the gallery, just because I felt like there weren't really some not really fitting enough paintings just like available, so I just downloaded some that I really liked and worked much better. So here we are on to the like the other section of the house. So I guess we could call it like the mother-in-law quarters of the house, like if you wanted to use it in that sense, or it could just be like another regular part of the house. But this is that area, so this is the living room for that side of the house. And I really like it. It's very big and open concept, and just, you know, it still keeps that like refreshing coastal vibe throughout. So I don't know, I just like how it turned out. And this is the dining area. Again, just open concept. Everything flows from the living room to the dining area to the kitchen. And I was able to separate the kitchen space a little bit more with the platform tool, which I love. So by this time, I kind of figured it out a little bit more, and I'm getting the hang of how the platform tools work. So yeah, nothing really special about that kitchen, just all the basic stuff. And I did add some shelves and put some clutter items on there, but not a whole, nothing too crazy. Just wanted to bring in some like blue accents here and there, and some regular kitchen items as well. So that is that. And the only other things on this side of the house is, like I said, the bedroom and the bathroom for this side. And then I still have to go back and furnish like the largest bedroom on the main side of the house, and that's like considered the master bedroom. And it's huge. Like, it's a very huge bedroom, but that's how it was in the photo. Like, I wasn't doing everything exact to the photos on the realtor website for this home, but I still wanted to replicate as much as I could. And so I tried to get the scaling at least as close to that as possible. And this was a huge bedroom. Like, they basically have their own fireplace and living room inside their bedroom. And then, you know, a section for their bed and a desk, and then a giant bathroom too. So it's basically like a studio apartment up there, but it's and then you walk out to the patio deck with amazing views. Like, that's the dream bedroom right there. But you'll see that in a little bit. Right now we're just doing this bedroom here for like the mother-in-law or for guests if you want to rent out this side of the house. So again, nothing too crazy, just kept it more minimal. And this is that very large bedroom. So I ended up putting a platform for the bed area just because it was so huge. And I wanted to kind of section off that space and make it make more sense, I guess, that it's a bedroom. So I did that. I ended up putting a half wall too to help section off that area as well, and just for safety purposes, so they don't just like stumble out of bed and then fall off. I know that's not possible, but if that was my bed and I had that cliff there, that would probably happen. So I did that, and I like how it turned out. And there is the desk area, that way they could have their own private workspace if they don't want to go all the way downstairs into that like shared office area. And the views out of that window, like even in The Sims, are just amazing. Like, as I was doing the screenshots, or not the screenshots, but like the video tour at the end, and it was like sunset, it was just beautiful out that window. So that's a nice area for that. And then I am doing like their own living room in their bedroom. So weird to me, but it is very like luxurious, and this is an expensive home, so it makes sense to have that in here. And at this point in the build, I did this like a few you know, I took breaks, and then by the time Snowy Escape came out, this is when I did this bedroom. So I used a few of the new items from Snowy Escape in this build, just because I was so excited just to like go through the items. And I loved that fluffy rug, and like that bookshelf thing was from Snowy Escape, and that soap holder on the shower wall, that's from Snowy Escape. Like, I love so many of the new items we got in Snowy Escape, so couldn't resist. And those fluffy those things the poofs things, the ottoman poofs. I love all of the swatches it comes in. There's like leather and fluffy textures. It's just amazing. So those fit very well in there. And you probably saw I swapped out the kitchen counters so that I could put some dishes in there, because if it is Airbnb or whatever, even if it's not, this is a large home, so they needed a lot of dishes, and it added a lot of nice blue in tucked into the cabinets. So what was that? And I put off doing all of these rocks until the end, but I knew I definitely wanted to do it, so here I am doing that, and that is about it for this build. So I really hope you enjoyed, and thank you so much for watching through the whole thing. This has been a long one, but I really enjoyed doing it. I hope you enjoyed watching it. If you did, please let me know what you think, and like and subscribe, and until then, enjoy this tour. We'll see you next time.
I've got a hunch I'm never going to feel